Hello, everyone. Welcome to my weekly Facebook Live. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've had a good day. My name is Rochelle Smith, and I'm from Stampin' Up. I'm just going to give a few seconds to make sure that I am going through to the right spot and for you to say hello to me and introduce yourself if you're watching for the first time. And if you're a regular, welcome. And I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in Melbourne, Australia. It's great to see you here. And tonight I've got a fun fold card for you to share with you. It's a simple fun fold, so I hope you join with me. You can craft along with me, or you can watch and craft later. Today I'm going to use a suite that I have using for the first time, which I created this card with when I did, and it just lent itself to this fold, and I really liked it, and it's a cutesy suite, I think, in this catalog. So I hope you like it too. Uh, it is the bundle is it's called the Lily Pond Lane Suite, and you will find it on pages 44 to 45 of the Stampin' Up annual catalog. And the bundle itself is called the Charming Duck Pond Bundle, Charming Duck Pond Bundle. That's the name. So the bundle in the catalog when you purchase it's 10% off, but right now until the 30th of June, you will get this bundle at an extra 10%, so it's 20% off the bundle right now. So it's a good time to invest in any of our stamp and die bundles. And So we'll get to the crafting. Please chat with me as we go along. If you are watching the replay as well, let me know what you love about this. If you have got this bundle, if you want to purchase it, you can purchase any of these products in my online store if you're in Australia or by getting in touch with me. If you would like a catalog, let me know as well. So once again, thank you so much for joining me. This is the suite of products we are working with, and I will switch the view around so you can have a look. Just bear with me. So you get in this suite, you get a stamp set and a dies set, and the dies are this particular die lends itself to like apertures. Um, these embellishments are so cute. It's got like a speckled look, which like duck egg kind of the look. So it's really cute. The papers I'm going to show you in a minute as well. And here's some samples which have been created, which show different aspects of the suite. You get the designer series paper they're showing, and a lot of the dies do cut out the designer series paper as is. Plus, you can stamp your images and die cut as well. There's some card showing you the stamps, and you will find this through the catalog. Our display pages pretty much show you various ways to use the products. There's some one card there that shows you the dies. So today I'm going to basically, my card involves a lot of the die cutting and the designer series paper because I really didn't need to do a lot of stamping, which is unusual for me. But it's sometimes good to have those type of cards and to showcase our beautiful designer series paper. So we'll get our elements ready for the first instance, and then we'll go through our creating our fancy fold, and it's really cute one. So these are the papers. They're 6x6 uh, paper. Okay, so you've got some beautiful scenery kind of paper. So I think a lot of this you can just you don't even need to do much with it. You can just whack it on a card and you're ready to go, I think. with that. Making sure I'm right there. Bring that down a bit so you can see it better. And these ones actually, these ones don't have dies. You could easily fussy cut this out. There are dies for I pulled up the ones I'm going to use today, but you've got ones for the standing up darks. You've got these, so or just like silhouette type images. You got the froggy on that one. So I'm just gonna flip through the ones. There's 48 sheets. I'm pretty sure on this one here, 48 sheets. The double side, and then we'll flip them around in a minute. So this one's pretty blank in the sense of the seam. You can do all sorts of fun stuff with that one. So we'll be using that today. I love that. I love, you can actually visualize your being like ducks under that canopy of trees, isn't it? Just nice. There's a few of them. They're cute, mother ducky, the little ones. And so those are the more scenic ones. They have some beautiful individual images, and these are the ones you can die cut with the dies, and then you've got the reverse image as well with the opposite. Yeah. Got a few of them. We've still got to see the other side. Beautiful, the lady pond, kind of the lilies there. Real, that's a nice, more generic way. It's not quite cutesy, if you want to call this a cutesy sort of set, but you can use it just for some florals. I have to say, this is not my favorite sheet. It might appeal to some, but I think it's the reverse. So that's what's the beauty of the double-sided designs. Is, but you never know. Like I'll say it's not my favorite, but then I'll probably end up using it for something. We've had that. Yeah, I've been shuffling these around. This one's pretty. I like that. I don't know. I call them. I think of bulrushes, like voices of bulrushes. This one again. That's a nice sheet. Thank you. That comes to the end of our little that side. We'll flip them around. So those four. So now we're getting more like a muted look on the back of that. And it looks like, it looks like some sort of little, I can't get it. I'm saying insect, but it's not. It's like a butterfly. It's not a butterfly. It's something. Someone will give me the right word. But honestly, if I put it on a backing, you wouldn't be able to tell what it is. Oh, it might be a bird. It's just very faint. So it's a very muted color. So you could use it really. Same with that. Like it's, bright, but it's monochromatic. So more versatile. If you didn't like the more busy patterns, that's nice. Just very subtle. And I think if you wanted something not so heavily colored, you could pair that dark with something on the back there, and it reduces. Like the pinks can be quite strong, but then you bring in that, what I would think that's that gray granite. Yeah, that's gray granite, and that would just tone it down a bit. It's a nice pairing. That's pretty in pink. So you've got barley blue, granny apple green, gray granite, peach pie, pretty peacock, and pretty in pink. Those are the colors. That's the reverse. So that's your pretty peacock. Again, this is another one I probably wouldn't rush to use, but there might be an occasion I would use it. and then a more simple design. Another nice, so more. This is another great granite. Great for masculine cards. So you like as you look at this grid, like my head went kids cards. That's where my head went. But these would make great cards for guys as well. Um, I love this piece. We need more of this gingham. Nice and simple, just little. Bring it up, you can see just little white flowers with a pretty peacock stems on the petal in pink. Pretty and pretty. And this one, little fishies, the little ones of the other ones we showed before. Stripes in peach pie. Oh, we saw them before. This is where I've been messing around. And yeah, that's pretty much we've seen all of that. So let me know what you think. So for what I need for my card today, I just cut out a piece of the paper at 10.5 by 10.5. I wanted a scenic background, so I just cut that out and I've got that all set. I put this in my sandwich bag. That's how I store my 6x6s, and I put my little stuff in there as well, so that it's easy for me to find it. And I put my color thing at the back as well, so it's all there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut out one of I had a different guy for my card which I made as my sample, and I'm going to cut this guy out, and we're going to do some die cutting, and we're going to do some prepping for our card. And once we set up everything, then we can put everything together. I had a light here and it just decided to come off on me. Hang on. All right, just when they're going to move, that's me at the moment. Just sometimes the desk. All right, so I'm just using some washi tape to hold this in place. So this actually would work on. There's other ducks. It'll work on this die. So actually, that's not the one. Let me get it. That's not quite the one. I could fussy cut that as well, but I'll tell you the one I used. Was another guy. See, and they're not all the same. They're all different. I wanted to die cut it and show you. So this is slightly different because he's got his beaks open. So this one is open and cuts out different. So let's see whether this die would work. You can see I haven't used them all, so I just wanted to see. I have a feeling this cut the other way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it cuts out the other way, but I do want my duck facing this way. So I'm going to use this guy for now, and I will keep it the same as my sample. I'm thinking, why doesn't it? I'm just going to cut around it. I don't have to put the whole thing through the die cutting machine. And it's going to be a little bit of die cutting. The only stamping I'm doing today is a sentiment. And I made the card and I go, oh, there's no stamping, which is very unusual for me. But we're going to do some coloring and lots of fun stuff. So let's get to work. All right. So I've got a piece of basic white. So what I'm going to do We're going to cut some these little ones here. They actually come, it looks like a set. Until I die cut, I didn't know what it did, but it's like a layering thing going on there. And when I die cut it, I'll show you. You get 2 in this set. That, so we'll die cut that. We've got some individual lily pads, and I'll cut them out, and some flowers, which I'll cut out of some lotus flowers, which I'll cut out of designer series paper, so we get some nice color. So I will bring in a die cutting machine, and I probably don't need my big one, but I've got it here, so I'll just use that. Right now, if you haven't got a die cutting machine, or if you want the smaller one or anything like that, it's 10% off our die cutting machines as well. So it's the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So we've got this large one, and we've also got the minis. You've got the white one and the boho blue. So any of them are 10% off until the 30th of June. So that is with our Stamp and Die sale, the bundle sale. So they kind of go hand in hand. So we've got our little duck ready. So it cuts out well. Got to keep my bits and pieces together. And I'll bring in all these little things. You only need one pass. I'm just running it through, so it's just close to me. That's all. And I will do 2 lots of these ducks, and I will do a few of these lily pads. So when you cut this out, let me see what you can see here. You get 2 of these. The other one's still stuck on the die. So I'll do another. I'll do an extra one just in case, because there's so many bits and pieces, something's gonna go missing and it doesn't matter. So you get double in there. With the ducks, when you cut them out, so you get this, and you get, I did it like a layering style, and there's many ways you could go with that. So just a few little bits there, which I'll set aside and we'll assemble them together. And those 2 are together. And we'll run them through again, the same lot. And if you were wanting to save some time, like when you're in the mode of die cutting, some things like this, where there's lots of bits and pieces, just do a whole lot and just save them in your the die cut envelope, where you have your dies, or your little box. But I keep them in the same envelope, and in what it comes in, and then it's there. You can always go back, get it out when you're in a hurry to create something. Sometimes, I don't know, I get lazy and I can't be bothered die cutting. If you already have it ready, then it's quick to create. And again, we've got 3 parts to our little stuffy here. on this little wing. It's tiny. And the base and comes together really well. Okay, so we'll put that aside. We've got our lily pad. There's a little froggy in this too. I haven't but he's cute. So the technique today, like it's not a die cutting, so you've got technique there, but we're going to be doing some coloring with this and altering like your die cut shapes and things. So just different things to do. All right. Now I'll leave my. I'm bringing in a piece of scrap paper just to because I've got a whole lot of different stamping blends, and I'm going to be using some watercolor pencils as well. So first thing I'm going to be doing is coloring some of these lily pads, leaves, gorgeous leaves, lily pads, I would say. Right, so I've got a few there. To start with, I've got soft sea foam. I've got light and dark soft sea foam. This is stamping blend, and I'm going to be using also light old olive just to add some variation in color, and like any leaf doesn't have the same coloring. Sorry everyone, I've just seen comments and I apologize. I'm just scroll down and there's hi Christine, hi Tanya, dragonfly, thank you. That is it is a dragonfly. See, I'm not good with my creatures. Thanks for joining me. It's lovely to have you here. And I apologize. I've missed all the comments. I've just I'll scroll down. That might help. Okay, so I'm going to just basically just do a full color of these lily pads. And why haven't I cut it out of soft sea form? Because sometimes I don't. I like coloring, but I like to give it that variation with just how I like how it looks when you color it, in lieu of just cutting it from a full sheet of plain colored cardstock. I mean, that's good for, and sometimes coloring, it gives you a lighter shade than your cutting out of soft sea foam, might be a little bit darker. And it's just personal preference too. In this case, soft sea foam might have been, but it's just what I like to do. And you can see I've left a bit of white gap as well. And Tana, you love this. You said you've just got the lily pad plain sweet. It's a real cute one, and I like my florals and things, and sometimes I just get drawn to things like this. It's just I think it's a real cutesy one. And as I got the paper, sometimes as you look at it in the catalog, you cannot tell. I would never have known that it had those nice neutral paper, which I can use for so many other projects. It's not just I can see myself I'll be using it in different ways. Um, nice to have some variation and those different colors. Krista, I've been thinking about you too. I haven't seen Krista in a while. Here you are. So then I just did followed a few of the lines with light old olive, so I didn't explain, and then I'm just dragging that color through with the light soft. So it kind of pulls it. You love ducks, Tanya? So cute, aren't they? Well, you guys are gonna have to check out my blog post, which will go up later tonight or this evening. Funny story about ducks. And this is my card's feature. This is what I did it for. And it's a fun blog post. It's very different. You guys, I'm not gonna give you any secrets there. You guys are gonna check it out. And there's something about ducks in there. And that's what I typically made this card. So lily pad's done. I have a step one, but it's just nice to have. There's a bit of white space. If I want, I can change it up. All right. The next thing I'm gonna these guys. Where are they? Okay. So I will color this in when I do one step later. I'm just gonna leave it for now, but we'll do our little duckies. Now there's probably a variety of ways you can do this. This is what I did. And it's purely up to imagination with this one. Little tweezers might help with the assembly of this. I'm just saying it's fixed, but I think tweezers would help. Or you take your pick tool with the cutting end. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, Tanya. It's not, it's so hard, isn't it, when you have so much going on and lots to do. It's just hard for people you love doing well. So for the dark, I have got light smoky slate, and then I did a bit of a mishmash, right? So for the beak, just use whatever yellow you've got. I've used light daffodils a lot. If you've got lemon lolly, use lemon lolly. If you've got a peach pie, use peach pie. It's just, and I'm going to use some peach pie for his body, or her body. And, oh, yeah, I have some pretty in pink, okay? So the colors are, I kind of went with what was on the mother duck, and I tried to bring that in. So bearing that this is my base, hope you can see that. And this is gonna layer on top of that. So basically what you color under there is going to be the eye. But I think this would work as just like a silhouette sort of, if you just want to do use die cuts without all the layering and stuff. I was right using the other end because, oops, that wasn't meant to happen. Does that happen to you with your lens sometimes? The whole cap comes off. And just color that in, just sort of there, because that's going to get covered like that. So you could die cut that out of like gray if you wanted, but I wanted to give it some variation in color. So I'm gonna leave it at that. That's all you need to color on that one. Then color its beak. I should have colored this guy too while I'm at it. And just this is light smoky slate. You can do whatever gray you've got, or you can use watercolor pencils. Anything that you have on hand, you can use a blending brush or sponge rubbers. Use your ink pads anything like that. For this, I'm going to start with light peach pie. So peach pie is one of our new in colors, and just gonna color it up with the light peach pie. So I'm going to bring in a little bit of pretty in pink. This is the light pretty in pink. This is where I'm just adding a little bit of color, extra color. And when I made my original one, he went a bit psychedelic, the dark. He was a bit dark, went a bit hot purple. And then I measured him down a bit. So I might bring in a little bit of the dark as dark there. Doesn't matter. Get some variation. They don't have to be the same. And now we're going to glue this guy down. And just add dabs of glue, just a little bit. And stick him down. You can see how these the little wings go missing, right? They're so tiny. I'm not worried too much that there is some white space. I will be going back in once I put the wing in and fixing all that up because I want to get rid of that white edging as well. So we'll fix all that up. Next, we've got our little wings, and I'm going to add a bit more pinky look to that, and hopefully it doesn't go crazy pink, but the color lift is good, and it doesn't matter because the mother duck is quite pink, and you can always tone it down with crumb cake or anything like that, and it's whatever goes on the night. That's just how it is. So I think because I added the pink here, I'm sort of bringing it here, bringing it in, and a bit of dark peach pie, and then some light peach pie. And if you don't like coloring, as I always say, you don't have to do all this. Just cut it out of peach pie and maybe blend the edges if you want some extra definition. But you don't have to do all that. I like adding all these extra bits. I'm going to bring in the small mini dimensionals and I'll be cutting it down. Here's one that's already cut up. You just need, I want a tiny, tiny bit under that. So I'm probably better off putting it onto this. My nails need redoing and I don't have the long nails. A little bit long. Okay, so stick it on there. And then we have the little thing, the wing. Just give it a bit of dimension. That's all I'm just going for. Just make sure it's stuck nicely. All right, so we'll get another little bit, and then I'm going to, you can see some white space. We're going to fix that. And that's it. How I fix that, like I just add stamping blend around it. It's not a fix as such. It's just whatever look you prefer. You don't have to do it. But it's just something you can do. If you don't want a stark edge on your die cuts and things, you can get rid of that with a nice stamping blend. Okay, so we've got our little duck there. Aren't they cute? It's a sweet little duck. Thanks, guys. Lovely to see you all here. Nice to. Okay, so now I'm gonna just take my light peach white. Oh, that's probably the most muted of the colors I've used. Instead of going with the pink or the dark one, and I'm just gonna go around the edges here, like where I can see some white, even just in there. And now that I think about it, I probably should have colored under where we put the wing, but no big deal. Just for completion, that's all. That's not a problem. So I'm just going in there, just filling in that. And if I see anything glaring, I'll go back in. So that's done. I will set my little duckies aside. They're going to swim away for a minute. I've got my mother duck ready to go. And I think we're ready to start our little card and get it set up. Right. All you need for your card is 2 pieces of thick A4. Now this one fold is a card I learned from Michaela Titterich, and it's a card fold which is right up my alley because it's a simple fun fold. I mean, for simple fun folds, I said I've got to really love somebody to do really fancy fun fold. Like my daughter got a really fancy one for her 21st, but like I'm not like, it just takes, I kind of lose interest or focus, I think, when it just gets too hard. Like this is really my style of thing. So it's 10.5 by 14.8. So it's a basic card front. I will just pull that back. Sorry. Just that should be better. It's a basic card front. So cut in half. So instead of having the score in the middle, you're just going to cut it in half. So thank you, Michaela, for sharing this fun fold with us. So I think it's called a pop-up box. That I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, it's an interactive kind of card, so it's cute. So you're going to bring in your just pull that in if you can see. Is that better? Okay. The lights got in the way. Apologies. Let me try and get that better. Okay, so on your scoreboard, you're probably better going on this side. And you're going to score it at 1 centimeter and 2 centimeters. Okay. So on the long side, so you've got your on the long side, so push it up to the 1 centimeter mark on this side. Your gray blade on your scoreboard, on your trimmer, and 2 centimeters. Turn it around, same thing on the other side. 1 centimeter and 2 centimeters. Yeah, that's it. Now you take your next piece, you do the same thing. 1 centimeter and 2 centimeters. So same score lines on both pieces. They're both the same size. They're both the same score marks. And we flip it again. 1 centimeter. Oops, I'm off. Let me pull that back. And 2 centimeter. So that's on the long side. And okay, hopefully that. Right. Now, do is get your bone folder. So you've got your two score lines. So on the second, so the one that was the one what we only scored it as 1 centimeter, you just go like that. And on the other one, you do the opposite. So very 12. So then you're going to have something like a concertina fold. Getting rid of it. And the same thing on the other side. So it's repetitive, so it's nothing hard to do. So that's that. So we got that thing happening. So with our next piece, I'm going to do the same thing. It just makes it easier to see, I think, if we do this first. And again, inwards or valley fold, and then what we call a valley fold and a mountain fold. All right. So then you have two pieces that are exactly the same. So nothing crazy thus far. Now in these dies, you get this little die, which is great for like for an aperture, and I thought we could make a nice little window here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to die cut this out of the center of this card. So sort of center it. You could have done it before you scored it, not scored it before you folded it, but it's a little bit hard to see, so I did that like that. Oh yeah, washing. I just don't want it to move. And then we also have to cut some flowers. And for our flowers, all I am using is some of our DSP. I thought I cut some out. Okay, we're just going to use the back of this one, which is this, to cut out really lotuses. That's what they are. Okay, so we'll first cut this aperture out. I will run it through twice only because I want to make sure that it cuts out fully. and you get that little window. Alright, it's got all those nice detail already in it. Let's bring in our DSP and cut some flowers. Oops. See, no coloring required. It's all done there. Now you've got the nice DSP flowers. It's like got shading because of the white, like the dappled look. So it's just when you do something like this and you've got lots of die cuts, just leave your die cuts. There's me, or don't leave it in a easy place, and then it tends to get lost, the little dies cuts, because they're all fiddly little bits, and then or I leave it in my hand, and every time I move my hand, it gets caught to my sleeve or something like that. All right, sorry. Now we'll work on this piece. I'm going to do some ink blending. So we've got balmy blue for the sky, and I'm going to use a bit of old olive for the base. I'm going to do this a little bit different to my sample, and when I show you what I did, but it's not much of a difference. I'm just going to go through straight and blend across. So we'll start with actually I might start with a bit of soft seed flowing, so it's not so stark. Oh, sorry, Krista, I missed your question before. It is I use thick A4 for this basic wire for the base for the two pieces which we are forming for the card base. Yeah, probably just hold together a little bit better. So just running through. I'm just running straight across those folds and everything, just to create just a bit of a background. That's all. And when you blend, you can see I'm moving it just so you have better. Move your cards up when you blend, so you get better coverage, and then you can get to it easier. And whatever is closer for you, then you're going to be able to control the blending better. Okay, so going lighter up the top, because I will bring in some old olive at the bottom. Oops. So we've got some old olive. I will rub that out a bit. And then start off the page, bring that in. Again, we'll start off the page and bring it in. Next one we're going to do is the balmy blue sky. Just make sure you don't get it in the same spot as you've got the green on your scrap. Um, just go like that. So I'm doing the blending first, and then I'll go ahead and color those images. So it doesn't matter if that goes the balmy blue goes on those little bulrushes things. We can we're gonna color them, and it's okay. So just blend it into your green. The sides don't matter too much. They're really not going to be visible much. This is your card, and this fits in a regular envelope as well. Right? That's the good thing. So now for coloring this, I've got light shaded spruce and a bit of pretty peacock. Now, why have I picked these colors? It seems a bit of a weird color palette. This is going to be behind this. So I took my color palette from this background a bit. So I went with the pretty peacock there. So that's why I used the designer series paper, and then you've got your peach pie there, and I used the designer series paper as my inspiration for my colors. So this is light shaded spruce, and I'm going to bring in these two as well because they're going to match up with what I'm doing here. So to start with, I'm just going to do a light lines on the stem with shaded spruce. This is the light shaded spruce. It'll blend in later. At the moment, it looks quite stark, but it'll be okay. And in the end, it's a scene, and we do get variation. This is light pretty peacock. Again, I'm bringing in those colors which are there in the designer series paper. And just drawing some bit of lines there. The grand scheme of things, you'll say, oh, it doesn't really show much, but all those little details do make up for some interest in a card. Now I'm bringing in my light old olive. So I've stuck with the lighter shades of those colors as well. And I'm going to go over that and drag all those colors through to the end of the stem. You can use your blending brushes if you wanted a sponge daubers, which would be probably quicker than this. Whatever you like, however you like to color it, just do what you like, and that's what's good. Now again, I see these little lines which come, they were in the die cut straight into the cardstock, and I'm just going over them with the light old olive. Okay, now I'm going to bring in these, and I'm going to do the same thing with these two pieces, so they marry up pretty much. And it didn't take long to color it with the blends. It's quite a quick process. I didn't do much like heaps of blending as such. You don't need to. The shaded spruce and the pretty peacock are just more highlight kind of colors, and then I will spend more time with the old olive blending it all in. So again, this is light pretty peacock. I'm just repeating the process and doing it on one side there. Run out a bit more at the bottom. And I'll drag that on one side of that leaf. I'm going to bring in the light olive. And as you work over it, it will blend better. So if you feel like it's all really strong, it will blend. Now it does look a bit bright at the moment. Don't worry, I will be toning it down, and I'll give you my tricks for toning down things. Add color because I wanted the colors, but I wanted to dull it a bit. So I felt it was just too bright for my liking. And with blends, just leave it to sit a bit and see how it settles. And it might pull back and work. Now I'm just going to color these, and we're going to use just peach pie, the light and the dark of it. So this is dark, and actually I'll do the dark first. You see some little dots on this. I'm just dotting on that roughly, using that as my gauge for coloring this. I'll first do this lot, then I'll go over the whole thing with light peach pie. I normally do the light first and then at the dark. So I may do that, see how it works on this. What do you prefer? Do when you color with blends? Do you do the light first or do you do the dark first? Let's try it the other way. I'm okay with trying something like changing it up a bit. I'm doing light first now. And then I'll go. And in this instance, I think it's better with light first, dark second. So I'm going to go back because I think it kind of absorbed when I did the dark first. That's okay. All good. Now let's do this. Pull that bit of old olive. Now I have, so I said I wanted to bring in something to just mute these colors a bit. So I've got some watercolor pencils. I've got early espresso, old olive. I do have some granny apple green, and I use this on the lotus sleeves as well. Just it helped when I was adding some color. So for these, I just toned it with some early espresso, and you'll see the change. It's subtle, and I'm doing it very lightly, but it just gives it a bit of shadow on the side. And when you do with color pencils, just have a book or something with some kind of um, uh, how do I say, a few sheets of tape or something to take that, what do you call it, something soft. So you, I find like exercise books or something easier. So, so it's grabbing that color, absorbing. It gives a soft cushioning. Again, I do that. This is just adding some shading and giving you. It also depends what look you're going for. If you're going for that, like that fairy tale stuff with this set, then you probably want just clean lines, no indentation on it. I wasn't quite going for that look. Now I'm going to bring that in here as well. I'm just going in on those lines. And after I put it together, maybe I will see that I need some extra bits, but for now, I'm okay with that. I will bring in my little lily pads and add the definition with my color pencils. Color pencils are good to combine with your stamping plans, and it gives you that extra definition. And again, I'm just adding a bit of shadow on the ends. This is old olive I'm using. Let's see how I feel on pineapple. I might not. I used it on my original one. And I've done a fairly quick job on this. I probably spent more time on the original. You can see some variation there as we color in with that old olive to bring a bit of depth to the leaves. Okay, now we can start assembling, I think. So I've got all the bits and pieces together. On the back of this, I'm going to stamp my sentiment. I won't make the same mistake I did when I did my original card. I assembled the entire card, and then I decided, oh, I put the sentiment on that back, and then I just prayed that it would work because and held my breath while I did it because um, there's nothing like putting a sentiment as an afterthought, and then you go, oh, because then there's no, you're at the point of no return because the whole card's assembled. Uh, not a good idea. So this has some good sentiments. Like if it's got a birthday, happy birthday, it's a good one. So it's got happy birthday, you make me happy, have a lovely day, and hello friend. Now could have gone with anything, but the hello friend and the have a lovely day kind of fit in with the square look of the card. So that's what I've gone with. Now, if you wanted to put a happy birthday, perhaps you could put it at the bottom because it's a longer one. I mean, it still fits now, the happy birthday. I just felt the circular look of these went. So I have a lovely day. Would suit a birthday card. You could always write happy birthday on the back, but that would suit any occasion. I thought I went with that. And if you're doing a fancy fold, you want to do it for a special occasion, you know, it's pretty nice card. So I'm just gonna stamp this in tuxedo black and sort of here in the sky. So for assembly, so you got this. So this is gonna stick right in the gap of the other piece we cut. Right. So I will stick that down. My sentiment's a little bit off. You'll have to tell the person who gets it, turn your head a little bit on an angle. Hopefully they'll be so thrilled with the fancy ball. They won't worry that the sentiment's a little bit on an angle. You could make it a little bit bigger, but it's okay because that's gonna fold in like that anyway. Just making sure that folds well. Then you need some tear and tape. To put this together. So you got this one that you pull that there, pull that there. So basically, that's gonna sit like that. So if you can see that, let me know. All right, so you're gonna have it. It's gonna be like that box look. So we'll put our tear and tape on either end there. And then we'll put the other one on this side. Now I can see a little bit of my DSP. Could have been I was just a bit off when I cut it. I'll just trim it down. It's a sliver. So press it down firmly because then you're going to be able to take that tear and tape off easier. I find that anyway. Oh, good night, Krista. Have a good sleep. Thanks for joining. I'm going to pull only half from the top, okay? So don't pull the entire one. Just pull half and leave it to the side and do the same with the other side. Now, Michaela did show this, and I remember I had someone, I can't remember, someone was trying that technique a while ago because then you get a bit of a chance to jig and move it. It's made with love, so it doesn't matter. Oh, thanks, Kayla. Nice to see you here. So attach the side that you haven't taken off first in this. It's not attached, but line up the side. You can't attach, obviously. But then then it should. And if it's still off, you've still got time, like me. It's just a tiny bit whisker off there. I can still go in and chop it off because it's not really hindered. It's not hindered by anything, so I can adjust. So it's a pretty forgiving kind of fancy fold in that sense. It's not like the not the point of. Now, see, I did the opposite of what I told you, and just in my head, I was meant to do that. This one's good. The other one's a bit wonky, but and it falls in like that. Right, and that should be straight if I have done it right. Just put in the color. Let me just pull it a bit. It's right. This one's the wonky one. Oh, and that should fit in a card in an envelope. So now to assemble. Here we are. So the duck I have planned to go in here, and then we'll arrange everything around it. This guy's, I can see bits of the green, so I'm just gonna fix it up. Not fix it, but like what I can see. It's not too visible, but and then and this I will trim down. I can trim down later, and I will just a tiny little whisk. And all you have to do is just lay it flat and trim it. So dimensionals. Where are you? Yeah. Okay. So when you do put these together, just be wary when you put your dimensionals, only because um, when you're putting it here, anything that you put above this aperture will stick to the inside. So I put with the dark, I just put like on the base part and make sure, like if you put a finger under there, you'll be able to work out kind of where he needs to see it. She needs to see it. Then we shall have funny. All right, there. Then I put one of these lily pads just behind, just for some interest. The back. And I just added that with glue. And because I want the other two dimensionals, you can move it under. And same thing, add a little bit of glue, not too much. I've got a double one. I might just add the single one here. All right, so on this, I might even, I'm thinking maybe I'll put a dimensional, mini dimensional over there. Might be nice. And you put glue. I'm going to try to put the dimensional. All right. I think this is a really interesting bit in that die where, there's something nice about that. Okay. All right. Then we'll stick a double here. I just want it somewhere there. All right. So just a couple. Just making our seam, and you'll see my coloring. This is a bit lighter than the original. Yeah, Kayla, make one of these. It's so easy. It's just my it's fun too. You can do all sorts of fun things with it. Okay, and then we'll just stick these in here. I just thought it'll give it a bit more like you're looking through that window, and adding one side has more in that sense with these little things. So you don't need to put glue up the top, just add a bit down the bottom. Yeah, like some fanciful, I'll make one and that's it. I think this one you can like, and you could put whatever shape you've got. You could use anything, square. Actually, I had never seen this all before, so I was like pretty thrilled when she showed it. Okay, so I'm extending that a little bit more longer. Now we'll stick our little flowers. Uh, these are ones we just like up from the DSP itself. Um, and one I've got up there. So I did have a few extra die cuts, but that's okay. It's good to have a few rather than once you start putting it together and go, oh, cut another one. Have it all ready. Even if you color with a few extra, you can always use it. And one with a little dark. Guess what? I forgot to put. See, I nearly forgot. After all that effort with we forgot the baby ducks. So yeah, now I have to try and put them in there somewhere. These guys got to go inside. Do you ever do that? Make all these things and you forget to put them in. Okay, so they're going to be swimming in that water somehow. I was meant to put that before. So we'll put a bit of glue and I position, and it doesn't matter that I'm doing it all this. You can then see exactly where you want them to go. The one behind, I can push him this way, which doesn't matter. And then, if you take a good picture of it, so I still want him visible. I'm pulling him up a bit. All right, so, and then I might add this guy in a dimension or two. So then you've got something happening inside. And he's gonna be like overlapping a little bit. Can you kind of see that? Oh, you can. Yeah. 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 Now for embellishment, this is part of the suite. They're really cute. I purchased the embellishment before I purchased the suite because I can only go through and just purchase all the embellishments and ribbons and things because you can't have enough of them. And I eat this pretty pink peach pie and maybe Gregor. Yeah, that's it. So now I've got the breakdown of this one, just to be different. It's got a nice speckled look. So that's our card there. I will show you my original card. Pretty much the same. That I will tell you what I did different. But that there's our little box if you see it under there. Let me see what I can show you. Yeah, you can just see them there. They're pretty cute. And this is the original card, which you can see on my blog post today, which will be live now. Um, so I added the pretty in pink dots there. Again, my ducks were a little bit brighter on the original one because I said they went a bit psychedelic, and then I had to tone them down. But on this, I added some strips of the Hello Irresistible Sweet because the design series because it was an afterthought. But I probably prefer what I've done here, just adding that same blending over. But I felt the white was a little bit stark as I left it. But I hope you've enjoyed that. Let me know if you try it, and I'd love to see what you make. And if you like this charming duck pawn bundle, it's a cute one. And if I can help you in any way with your orders or anything like that, let me know. Or if you have any questions about what I've made, please go ahead and ask me. Um, but thank you so much for joining me today. I really enjoyed sharing this card with you. And have a great rest of the week. I'll see you next Wednesday for my next live. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.